I wasn't in the best place.
Breathe, breathe.
A lot of the times I find service to be the most rewarding. You know, I realize sometimes that my problems to me are the biggest in the world, you know, but to the person next to me, they're nothing at all. When I started seeing other people's problems, it might be something that I could help with. Those moments really helped me in the beginning start piecing together what I needed to do. There's all kinds of impacts when you think about, you know, martial arts. We can have a physical impact in someone's ability to develop their athletic abilities. You know, maybe you're here for self-defense and you want to learn how to throw a punch. We can definitely do that. You know, we train hard, you know, we fight hard, and we really embody that. That's the soul of what we do here. But beyond that, there's so much more. There's emotional toughness, there's grit and perseverance. There's things that you just can't learn without struggle.
I only got so much cedar plank. There's a lot of stuff about saunas I didn't know. On the inside, you can only really use cedar. It's a little more heat resistant, water resilient, and it smells better. So apparently you want wood that smells good while you're roasting yourself to death. So the cedar plank was gifted to me by one of our members, Brad, and I only got like 6 pieces, so.
I was trying to find structure and stability and some sort of control early in life, and I started martial arts. And I was dealing with a lot of problems at home, and that's what helped me channel my energy and aggression. And I've seen people come into the gym totally weak physically. Can't keep somebody off them if they tried their 100%. And then watch them develop into something that is competent and dangerous, and watch their confidence go up. There's so many things that this gym and what it's done for me has also done for other people.
My journey for jiu-jitsu started about 9.5 years ago, August 2015. I've always been in martial arts growing up, but I got out of it and I felt like there was a void in my life that I was missing. And so I made the big decision to sign up with another jiu-jitsu establishment locally. And that's kind of where I met Gage. I think he was like 16 at the time. And I met another gentleman by the name of Hamilton Ash.
Oh, but Hamilton lands hard with that right hand, and that is all of those ground strikes. Just as I said, he's looking for the takedown.
Hamilton got his black belt and decided he was going to go start his own thing. And he started Whitefish BJJ, Whitefish Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
We had this tough fighter, this great talent, and he was an example. People loved to come to him to learn the craft, but at the same time, he cared about his students in a way that normal coaches wouldn't. And that really motivated me to kind of tag along and be like, he had no business skill or anything like that, so I was kind of with him from the beginning to set up the entity, and off we went. And it was really just started out as like, again, underdog, being somewhat of an outcast from this gym that was kind of established in the area. But it was almost like a club in the beginning. I mean, the money wasn't an issue in terms of like, it wasn't our goal. I mean, we just wanted to train. So we went with Hamilton in the beginning for several years, and his career kind of blossomed as a MMA fighter, and he needed to expand beyond this small little Montana community to get better training.
He came to Dave and I and said, if you guys want to continue to have this gym, you're going to have to run it. And as a blue belt at the time, Dave and I were running a jiu-jitsu gym as blue belts. We did well. We kept the doors open for a long time. It was kind of a revolving door. I mean, when your coach is a blue belt, I can understand why you might want to go train somewhere else. And after a few years of running it together, I got to a point where I needed to be trained better, and I didn't feel like I was the jiu-jitsu coach that I could have been or should be, because I wasn't getting enough training.
Hamilton had moved on with his whole thing. My life went a separate direction. So I mean, we were all pulled different directions relatively to the same timeline. And in that same timeline, we were all pulled back together to kind of create something pretty unique.
I hadn't seen Gage in, I don't know, a couple of years, and happened to run into him on a lunch break at a gas station convenience store getting a sandwich one day, and asked him what he was up to, and he said he had a falling out with the same gym. And I said, do you want to come to Whitefish BJJ? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I said, well, meet me at the gym tonight at 6. And I started class, and Gage was a little late. I'm like, oh, maybe he's not coming. And then all of a sudden I hear the door close, and I hear footsteps coming up the stairs to the old gym, and there it was, Gage. And I was like, thank you.
I was there to train, just kind of roll around, have fun. I hadn't trained in 6 months, so just kind of participate, do something I really like.
And he came onto the mats and explained what we were going over, and thought maybe he had a better idea or something he could add to it, and Gage just took over. And thank God, because
just as I saw Hamilton make his bond with his students, and I saw, like, this is a really good person, like, I want to support him in whatever he does in life. And I saw Gage form that same bond with the kids, and just like really, the care goes way beyond the instruction that he's, dishing out. Like, I was ready to just walk away from the thing, but I was like, if he wants to stay here and take over and be that coach, like, I can't say no to this. Here's another master of his craft with this heart of gold. It's like the world needs this person to to exist and to have influence.
Ever since then, I taught every class, so it's kind of funny. And I remember this moment after, and I came up to Dave and I was like, man, we could really make this something. And Dave came up to me and was like, man, for what you're saying right now, I just think it's impossible. I just genuinely didn't feel it was impossible.
I never expected it to grow. We did kind of hit a ceiling in terms of availability because we were sharing a space.
So my role with Glacier Grappling is probably a really big support role. Pretty much I coordinate a lot of stuff behind the scenes, so then Gage can be really the front man of all of this. So one day when Gage throws it at me that, hey, we might need to start looking for a bigger space to rent, I was like, oh, it clicked in my head that I had seen this property, and I was like, I wonder if that's still on the market. I text Heather and I'm like, hey, Heather, I want to check out this property. I don't see if it's listed right now, but it doesn't look like it's sold either. Do you think you can look into this for me? And so she pulls it up and she's like, yeah, it's actually still an active listing. Let me get a hold of their real estate agent. So they set it up and we came and walked around, and immediately we were like, this could be something. I think that we can do this. Columbia Falls doesn't have this.
No quit. Don't stop moving. Don't stop moving.
I'll give you the I made it moment. When we've got this location, the night that it was all finished, and I laid on the mats facing the ceiling, and I just spent like a good 20, 30 minutes just thinking about where we started. We started with little puzzle mats and hardwood walls to then being a full facility that had mats and wall pads and bags and all the training gear you could imagine. I think that's probably, to me, one of the bigger moments. Like, we kind of made it, you know, we're out of the struggle the same way where we were.
I just had a feeling. That's all I can say. I had a feeling that this was gonna work and it was the right thing to do.
One of the things that my coach told me that was really impactful and still rings true to this day is, you know, when I got my black belt, he said, it starts over. You're effectively a white belt again. You spend all this time working to get to this achievement, to get to this goal, just to realize that you were there all along. It's not the destination, it's the process of getting to that place, and you're never gonna fully be there. It's just gonna constantly be evolving, and that's kind of where my mindset shifted, because I stopped caring about ranking. I stopped caring about personal validation. Instead, I found fulfillment in raising others and being something that I didn't have when I was a child.
I just don't take myself as serious anymore. I got other things going on. I learned that in here. So I've learned not to hold on to things, you know? There's always tomorrow. There's always another role. There's always another class. Like, if I can't do this move, keep coming in. We're gonna keep training it. And things are gonna get better organically as long as you just keep trying. Keep that dream alive, because this is a dream that's in motion. Everything we do in here is leading towards a better community and a better place. We impact the people around us based on the things that we have learned in here, or just the ability to learn how to let go of the things that we couldn't before. You know, survival isn't the goal. Living is the goal. And this place is alive, and it promotes this idea that you can always be a better self. It's not that you're not as good as you can be, and why are you like that? And what mistakes have you made that have made you this person that I can build you up into something else? It's like, no, man, like, it happens. But none of that matters. What matters is what's happening right now. Like, what do you want to do now? What do you want to do tomorrow?
We're in Missoula, Montana. Been working real hard in the gym. Brian, my friend here, he's got his debut fight in MMA. He's gonna go out there and showcase what 20 years of karate looks like and some hard work in the jiu-jitsu and the wrestling. We got CJ Morris, stud muffin, great boxer, years of wrestling, tricky southpaw counterpuncher. My brother making his debut in boxing. I think he's kind of walking in the underdog here on this. That's an exciting feeling. But it's gonna be an exciting night.
I remember, you know, being in my old mindset of, I don't want to fail. I don't want to lose at anything, right? Whether that's a roll, whether that's, you know, learning a technique, right? Like, I got to get this absolutely perfect or it's not correct. Something that he's taught me is it's okay to fail. You know, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to grow, because that's what we are. We're human. It's okay to be human. Right? It's okay to make mistakes. Right? And I'm open to learning. I'm open to lose. Right? Just need to hear it. Right? You just need to hear that shit.
Let's fight.
I think we're missing an integral part of what makes us dreamers. You know, I feel like we forget that it's okay to dream, and it's okay to fail, and it's okay to try. What's the worst that could happen if I just tried to be a better person every day?
It can get better, and there is more to grow, and there's more to learn. There's more people to learn from. And I think that's when I realized that I was taking the right steps towards something greater. What the gym means to me, it means brotherhood. You know, it means something more. right? It means something more than material. You know, this is something that you can die on your deathbed thinking about, that I did this and, you know, I lived happy. I did something that really challenged me, really pushed me to be the better version of myself, right? Because how many times do people always wish they could go back? It means legacy, it means love, and it means brotherhood.
It's a place to belong for, you know, everybody that walks through the door. There'll be times, you know, I moved from Ohio to the Valley, so I'm 2,000 miles away from all my actual blood family. And there'll be days, I remember specifically one day we did a simulated fight camp, coaching a couple more days a week in the morning, coming in the evening, and I was coming to, you know, I was leaving coaching my normal wrestling class in the evening. And I just had the biggest, like, contented smile on my face, just the sense of like, man, I am right where I should be in life. Like, this is the place.
You can come in here to train, but you can also come in here to like lift yourself up and feel better about yourself and make friendships and grow as a person. And it's just, that's a huge kind of unexpected twist that I think our culture has kind of just fallen into, because we have these people that give so much of themselves. Some of our members that help out with the kids class, they're paying a membership and they're volunteering their time to help teach kids. It's like, who does that, you know, and the family, you know, so.
You know, in our mat chats after class, you know, I remind everybody every once in a while, like, hey, without you guys, this is an empty hall. This is your gym. This isn't my gym. Like, this is ours, you know, and that's one of my selling points is I don't invest in your checkbook. I invest into people.
You know, there's kind of like a saying, you know, jiu-jitsu is for everybody. It is.
This is for every person has a reason that they came through the door in the first place, something that they're building, something that they're working on inside themselves, getting stronger, learning something new, having fun, making friends, whatever it is. They're here for a reason, and you know, we really want to harbor that. Like, I personally want them to feel like they're welcome here. Gage wants to share the feeling of something that was home to him with other people and give that back to people who are looking for that same feeling.
You know, it's nothing worse than feeling like you don't belong in an environment. And I feel like I belong here. I found my gym. I'll never leave this gym. So I found my place in my journey of jiu-jitsu. This place is for me.
I want you to know we're here. I want it to be a household name here. I want it to be a household name in the Valley. I want, beyond our personal successes and competition successes, to have the real stories that we do have here of people becoming better and being better and doing that for other people. That's what's cool about this place, is it's your story too.
Having this place in this small town, because I'm from a small town in the Miller Mountains, and it was hard. But now we have a place for people to go. And you can come here and realize that, like, life's not as hard as you think it is, you know? Being stuck in bottom side sucks. Keep fighting, keep shrimping, keep pushing, keep framing. Keep forcing your way out. You get caught in a defensive loop, you escape and you get put back in. All right, one more opportunity to learn how to escape better. Happens again, all right. I'm gonna frame harder, I'm gonna do this better next time. And afterwards you're like, man, that was a lot to go through. But that next time you come in, you're carrying that lesson with you. And it's, oh man, if I get caught in here again, I'm gonna get smashed. Like, nah, if I got caught here again, it's gonna take me 2 attempts to get out. And I'm gonna keep fighting.
Here's what we find, what we're made of. We win and we lose. We push hard right here.
We've been quiet, doing this work, not asking anybody or talking to anybody or bragging about anything to anybody, daily grinding, and eventually it culminated into something that was a movement. And I think that's what I want people to see, is it's not a single person, it's not 2 people or 3. It's a movement of people with the same collective purpose and the same drive and passion.
Come to the gym, man. What are you doing? Let's come and train. Let's get better together.
Jump, leap, and I promise you, you won't regret it. Because I haven't met anyone in here that does.
Have a dream, support a dream, and live your dream.
Come in and start the chapter.
Okay, champs on 3. 1, 2, 3, champs! Woo!
You're the best kicker that I've seen.
right?
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, on the gram.